my friends, Andy Vegan. I make a breakfast with fruit and nuts today. That's my favorite fruit breakfast right now. Fruit is for energy now and nuts is for lasting energy. So I don't have to eat that soon again after the breakfast. But to boost the energy, there's nothing like fruit, you know, in the food. And I have always my little combinations I try. I'm making always new recipes to include more and more ingredients, more and more plants into my menu. I begin with a small number of ingredients, and here is a fruit and another fruit and a nut. Yeah, today I have the red currant and a banana. That's a wonderful combination. I love that. I come to that in a moment. And the hazelnut. I come to that in a moment too. But first, to begin, I have another combination to combine with that one. And that is, we like it so much, I did it oftentimes. It's a banana walnut cream. Here I have 2 bananas. They are ripe, yeah, pretty ripe. That's interesting here to note. You can make this in different ways with less and more ripe bananas. That's a difference. And here a handful of walnuts, and I tell you, these walnuts are really amazing. You don't always find the same quality. I mean, I take what I get, and I try to make what I can with it. Yeah, you have to adapt cooking to the ingredients. It begins with the ingredients. Yeah, and these are really first class. They are so nice. They're light. You see, that's beautiful, and they have not the strong bitter flavor. You don't need to soak them in water when you have a walnut that tastes a little bit bitter, too bitter maybe to enjoy, and tart. Just put it into water overnight maybe, and then you drain and rinse it, and then you can eat it. It's nice. The bitter is away. Wash out of the water is away. So, but this one is so delicious without anything. So I'm so happy. Yeah, not always find these wonderful walnuts. And the third ingredient to this combo is date. Yeah, I have 5 dates here. Yeah, the numbers here, how many bananas, how many dates, how many walnuts. When you have this small number of ingredients, it is so easy, and you know what you like best. You more sweet, more bitter. Yeah, what you like, more crunchy. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, you can take whatever you like. Of course, 2 bananas, maybe 6, 7 walnuts, halves, and 5 dates, medium size is it in this case. But feel free, really. I wouldn't take that as important, too much water, because it should be a dressing and not a smoothie. I have this same recipe in a banana milkshake. So delicious, just this combination, bananas, dates, and walnuts. Tell you, it's an amazing combination. You know, the walnut, it allows me to taste so much more of the banana. And you have to taste that. Isn't it amazing? So one more blender dance, and then you can see the dressing. The first blender dance, the first blending is to break down the ingredients. That is the nuts and the dates. They are harder. The banana doesn't need a second blending. But the nuts need, and now, broken down, they soak. And they get softer. And that is fast. Once you break them down, they begin to soak very fast. And the second blending in a minute or so make a complete difference. Let me taste it. The texture is nice. It's not too runny. That's good. There it is. And then that's it for a moment. I put a little bit more, sorry, a tiny little bit of water. Tiny little bit. Just can soak now. I have to adjust the texture always. I come to that in a moment. Now to the main ingredient, the main combination here. That's a red currant. That's a start today. Yeah, this is an amazing fruit. That's one example for a fruit that really can build flavor, yeah, educate flavor, I would say, because it is sour. And immediately, I have an impulse. I personally, I take a red currant. I don't want to eat it. It's sour. I say no, no. But I know it from the garden of my grandma. My granny had these, and when they came, I tried. And once you start, you can't stop. At first you say no, sour, no, no. And look, and they really have an amazing radiance, yeah. And you see something like that in nature. Sometimes you say, oh, that's dangerous, yeah. But the sour flavor does the same. It puts you off a little bit. But when you start to eat these, this is a sour flavor that really is amazing. The more you eat, begin with the first one already, it begins to taste delicious. And that's why I love them. They're full of vitamin C. I mean, berries are the most healthiest fruit we have at all. Yeah, and there are so many things: the colors, the flavors. All these things are nutrients, antioxidants, phytonutrients, what they call. There are so many very important nutrients in the fruit. They can make a big difference in the diet. They say for example. The most important cause of premature death on planet Earth is eating too little fruit. Believe it or not, it's a huge study, 200 countries, and so it's true. Eat more fruit. You can't eat too much. That's simple. And the banana here, these are not so ripe bananas. They are ripe too, of course, but not so as ripe as the banana is the dressing. They are so nice, or not only with the walnut, but also with these here. I love that so much. When I eat this, when I bite into a little bulb here, the red, the juice jumps out and the little seed crashes, and at the same time the banana, so soft, so gentle, so sweet. That's so perfect together. And the third one here, I don't know why. I can't tell you why, but I always think of hazelnuts first when I look for something for the red currant. Hazelnuts comes to my mind. And today it's hazelnuts. And I tried it before, but better I think for this case I halve the hazelnuts. See, the hazelnuts are very easy to halve. You put the hazelnuts on a cutting board, and as soon as you touch it with a knife, the blade of the knife, it jumps apart into two halves. And it's not so important, but I tried to eat it with whole hazelnuts, and it was okay, but I thought, I want to have more of the hazelnut, but not more hazelnuts. So just halve it, and you have more, to chew, and then you feel more the difference between, I guess. But up to you. I just say I would halve it. Yeah, that's easy. Blender dance one more time to finalize the dressing. This could really be a wonderful smoothie or a milkshake, I said, but this time it's so delicious. And you have the walnut. The walnut is one of is considered the healthiest nut. Nuts are super healthy in general, but the walnuts are considered the healthiest nut, because they have this, not only because they have this wonderful fat that we need every day, so it's perfect for a breakfast. As I said, nuts make it lasting, and the fruit make it powerful right away, a boost of energy. But when you get the base for the day, the food base for the day, it's good to have the omega-3 in it, because it's rare and we need it daily. And this is handful of walnuts. I think that is enough. Otherwise, it's measured, for example, 1.5 tablespoons of flax seeds or chia seeds or hemp seeds is enough. That's for sure. 1.5 tablespoons. These are the only plants really rich in vitamin, in omega-3 fatty acids, this rare fat. That is enough for a day. Algae are another one, but there is not much more. So walnuts is very recommended, highly recommended for daily enjoyment. And this is a nice way to enjoy it. So delicious. Here, I show you what it looks like. The wonderful sweetness. I like that sweetness because it is especially, it's nice here for the red currants. They are a little sour, and that's why I guess the sweetness here, it's a little bit more date I have. 5 dates here. Could be nice to balance this sour flavor from the red currants. I mean, such a nice fruit with a red currant. I like it a lot, but it's always a little bit a thing how to combine them, because when you have a fruit that's by itself so fascinating, there's a question why you would combine it with other fruit, other ingredients, because it is so delicious already by itself. So in cooking is making something more of the ingredients, yeah. Then there has to be an extra nice, something extra nice, yeah. I guess I was so lucky when I tried this for the first time with the banana, the raspberry, the red currant with the banana, because the banana is also a neutral element in my fruit salads. A neutral element means that it is filling the space. Yeah? You can't have too many strong characters at the same time. That can be difficult to make a recipe with that. You want to have the ingredients all, you want to taste them all and like them all according to what they are. Yeah? You want to like the ingredients. And when there's another ingredient that overwhelms ingredient, it's not so ideal. It's better, and every ingredient can really play according to its abilities. And the banana is so perfect for the red currant. The banana stays in the background, makes this nice contrast with the softness and the sweetness, and the slightly bitter flavor. And then the red currant can stand apart, can really shine. Yeah, this is the fruit salad. You can eat this fruit salad, I would say. Beautiful, right? This cream, yeah, so nice. Can be a smoothie, it can be a cream, perfect. So I can eat this fruit salad, but I make it in the recent days. I have began making ice cream, different kinds of ice cream, put them on top of these fruit salads, and that is really the crown. Today I make a banana ice cream with hazelnut flavor. I have the hazelnut flour and the date mousse for that, and the bananas are still in the freezer because I have been explaining a little bit of my ingredients. So I get the frozen bananas right now so that they do not melt ahead of time. These are my frozen banana slices. I always slice them, it's easier to handle. Then about 3 cups, that is a nice amount of ice cream when it's done. And I make this kind of Blitz ice. Blitz ice is then, I can eat it right from the processor. The Americans that have heard it call it nice cream. This is the food processor filled with the S-blade. The S-blade is the perfect tool to make this ice cream, so I can make scoops right away. When I use the blender, there's too much heat. It melts. Yeah. So I use the food processor. If you have a blender only, yeah, you can take that, but then you cannot use this tool, make scoops. But it's delicious anyway, you know, no problem. So these are bananas. That's the main ingredient for my ice cream. And then I have the hazelnut flour. These are just 10, 15 hazelnut, not too many. I blend them in a blender, for a dry blender, for a second only, or 2, or 3, or 5. And then you have this meal, this flour, and it really makes a wonderful difference. The banana ice cream, of course, the banana flavor is very dominant in a banana ice cream, of course. Of course, the bananas are frozen. That means it's not tastes so much like banana, but it already depends how ripe are the bananas, how sweet are they, the riper the sweeter, and so forth. And there are differences, and so you don't always have the banana flavor in a predominant with the frozen bananas. But it is definitely much different when you put a nut meal, a nut flour in there. All the nuts have different flavors and textures, and the hazelnut flavor, we have a hazelnut ice cream. You can take more hazelnut flour, you have more hazelnut flavor, But the more nut flour you take, the heavier the ice gets, and it can become a little bit too heavy. So not too much. You want to have it creamy and tasty, not too much. A nut cream or nut butters would be the next idea. Who has nut butters? Yeah, I make it myself with the meal. I can look at that later. Now I have date mousse here. These are maybe 3 tablespoons, and also my date mousse. I also make it myself, and I have made it many times. Just blending dates with water. That's date mousse. Keeps for a week or so. I showed in another video how to make date mousse, linked under this video. I tell you, this is the time, after 20 or 30 times I make my date mousse, or more, I don't know, the perfect time. This is time I have the perfect date mousse, because it has the right amount of water. Sometimes you have too much, sometimes too little. This is the perfect amount, really. It was just the dates in the blender. I put the water just right over the dates, just the same amount. And then I waited for half an hour or so, and then blended it. I don't show that in the video, but just to tell you, it's a nice way to make a date mousse. There are different ways, of course. You watch the video. Here, now, blender dance, ice cream. I will help it turn over a little bit to save some time. Time's of the essence for Blitz ice. You don't want to over process, again, it melts. Yeah, I guess that's it. I show you. That's what it looks like. I think it's pretty perfect. The texture here, it's a nice ice cream texture. Not too runny yet. It's very good. Now I'll put it onto my fruit salad. It's the best part. Decorate my fruit salad with ice cream. Perfect fun tool here if you have one. Yeah, I like it. And it's nice to have no pieces in the ice cream. Then it is really perfect. When you have some pieces, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Sometimes there are some pieces of banana or so. Doesn't matter. It's also nice. Of course, better without. And this one seems pretty perfect. Very nice. So I put it now on top. I heap a little bit because that looks so nice when the ice creams, these scoops are heaping. Yeah, that looks nice. It looks so like abundance. I like it. And it makes such a difference with the ice cream on top of the fruit salad. It's really more keeping, it's lasting. I don't need to eat after that. I'm full, it's okay. I don't need anything else. Makes a difference. So not only the nutrients make the difference, I would say also the variety. Ice cream is such a variety as compared to the fruit salad. It's such a different element. That alone, if it's nice, makes a difference in terms of when I want to eat again. I'm so happy now with that afterwards, of course. And now always, of course. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my videos, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.